Okay, we're live. Like.
A track built in the 60s in which a driver's title has been decided 11 times, including 5 consecutive seasons from 1987 to 1991. Its first race was held in 1987 and quickly became a racing driver's paradise. Its unique figure-of-8 layout, which includes the fearsome 130R corner, has been host to many memorable F1 moments. It can only be Suzuka. Joining me today is a man who has proven himself to be pretty handy behind a racing wheel. Currently on a roll of podium finishes in multiple racing formats, it's the man himself, that Bants.
Ooh. Here we are with our pro intros. Hello, everyone.
We're getting better at this.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Pull up the chat so I can see everyone here. Alright. All good. Hope the audio is fine as well for everyone. Oh, Tipsy.
Hello, Bants.
What things with you?
Pretty good, man. I'm looking forward to this race today in Suzuka. This is going to be a big one.
Oh, it is.
As I said in my intro, there's been an awful lot in real world, of course, Formula One. Not applicable to this, but there has been a lot of titles decided in Japan. And, you know, this race today, we could have our title decided, almost decided in today.
Give us a start. Oh, wait, hold on. As Vinny is upside down. It is multiple cars up in the grass, but Vinny was upside down. I don't think that's the correct, the fastest way around the circuit, but he's trying an alternative strategy, you see.
Yeah, so just on, as I was saying there, this is going to be a really exciting race for two people mainly. The title can only be decided now by Satoshi or Boneless. And so what's interesting about today is, I'll try not to make it too complicated, but basically if Satoshi wins today, gets maximum points, then Boneless needs to finish 6th or higher to be within a chance of still winning it. Now if that happens today, whereby Satoshi wins and Boneless finishes 6th, then if Boneless wins the final race, Satoshi only needs to finish 8th to win the title. So I think it's safe to say it is very much in Satoshi's hands at the moment to get this win. If he gets the win today, then he's got one hand on the trophy.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing about Boneless finishing somewhere. He's not here today, is he?
Oh, flip. You're right.
He is not here.
Well, then that's it.
Well, assuming, depending on what Satoshi finishes.
Mathematics, but basically if Satoshi wins today, then that's it.
Yep.
He cannot be beaten. So it's all to play for Satoshi. In fact, I'll do a rundown of the figures here quickly, Bants, and I'll see where Satoshi needs to finish to guarantee the title.
Okay, go ahead. As we wait, I'm bored with Cursed on his hot lap at the moment. Tryharding the game as always. Been uploading his hot laps to the Tour Soul Discord in preparation of the race today. So expect nothing less than pole position. Thomas says, what's up? Gamer Nation. Not much, Toto. How are you doing tonight? It's Milos. Leaves the last chicane, completes his lap, and he puts it in P6 with a 28.6. Just over a second off of what Satoshi has done on this first run. So definitely some time to gain.
Yeah, just a quick rundown there, Bants. So, pretty much, if Satoshi wins, then that's the title decided. But if he finishes second, then Boneless actually still can win. That's how tight it is. So Satoshi needs to win today to put, to finish it, put it to bed, so to speak.
Interesting. What's the last race? It's Brazil, isn't it?
I think it's Brazil, yeah.
What a track to end it on. Almost hope you finish the second just to see it draw out. For a little bit of drama.
I think for the viewers, and I think for us too, Bants, we would like, although I'd like to see Satoshi win, good guy, good great driver, but I think for the competitive and the entertainment basis, it would be good if he finished second, because then you have a full-on fight to the end. But even if he finishes second, it still makes it difficult for bonus, because valuable points collected by Satoshi today have nothing for bonus. So it is looking like it's going to go towards Satoshi. But also, I just want to mention, I'm just looking down the names here, Bants. The guy here I seen did a bit of practice racing with him yesterday. He's pretty decent wee driver, a guy called Wallow, currently sitting P2. Seen him yesterday, I think he should put on a good performance today.
Okay. Very interesting. Keep an eye out for it. Meanwhile, I'm on a lap with Keyboard Magnussen, but I'm afraid he just invalidated it there. I would say what corner name, but I'm not 100% sure, so I'm not even going to try. But I'm pretty sure that's it for his lap, isn't it? Yeah, it is. He's done. Rest in peace. Just a little bit too wide. We're going to go on but with Quatty now, Tipsy. Do you have any fun facts about him by any chance?
Unfortunately, no. I haven't got to know some of these boys personally yet.
Let's make something up.
Well, he's got an awkward name that we still can't pronounce properly.
Pretty sure it's Quatty.
Quatty?
Quatty? I reckon. Oh, and he just goes completely off in turn one. Pushed way too hard into turn one and it didn't work for him, so I'm pretty sure his lap's also toast now. Going but with that Pixel, who I'm sure you can agree has a pretty great thing in front of his name.
Yes, 2 SRL, of course we all know that if you have 2 SRL it increases, what is it, Bants? 6 sex appeal?
Sex appeal it is indeed, yes. By a whole 6. 6 of what? I don't know. You can see that for yourself, I don't know. Only way to know is to try it out yourself. Anyway. So, a Pixel. Done there.
We also, we also have quite a handy wee thing that the SLR boys are doing, whereby they're actually having almost a driver's title for reserve drivers, which I had just recently learned.
Oh, is that?
And currently in second place. Yeah, currently in second place is our boy Hugo. He is in second place at the moment.
Ooh, let's see if he bottles it again this time. For everyone here who's been around for the last race in Tier 1 last weekend, the Ferraris, with Hugo's and Kirst, really did bottle it, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, they were promising a lot, and then I don't know where they finished, P7, P14 or something?
Yeah, they were basically doing what Ferrari are doing in real life at the moment, by racing each other. Like, oh yes, look, there's our boy Wallow, as I said to you.
Our boy Wallow on provisional pole. Not too shabby. Yeah, I mean, you weren't wrong. Seems to be quite a quick boy. Also, another thing to mention, Satoshi has a hashtag Rip Nicky in his name as well, to honor, of course, the death of Niki Lauda earlier this week. 2 days ago now, I believe. So that's a nice little tribute of him.
Yeah, Lauda was an absolute legend of Formula 1 and real heavyweight.
Yeah, crazy stuff. I mean, died at age 70, but got to have had, one of the fullest lives in human history, really, with the things he's done.
Yeah, I remember hearing a great quote many years ago that every man dies, but not every man really lives. But I think we can safely say Lauda, he definitely lived a full life, exciting life.
Especially after he almost died.
Yeah.
Wasn't even in his 30s when that happened to him.
That's right. Then he climbs back into his car with I think the blood seeping through his bandages.
Yeah, 6 weeks after the incident.
I mean, that is dedication. That's respect. There.
And not just that, but apart from winning, I believe 2 more titles, I think after.
Yep.
Or was it 1 more title after? I think maybe already had 2.
Yeah,
so
one more.
1, by the way. Yeah, he won 1 more title afterwards. And then he became chairman of now the biggest team in F1. Eventually as well, after of course being with Jaguar and many other teams. He wound up chairman of the biggest F1 team. Most successful one of the last decade at least. So.
He was also very influential getting Hamilton, I think. I remember reading once that he was constantly at Lewis to try and convince him to join this up and coming team. So he was definitely vital in that, which a good recruitment that was too.
Oh, indeed, yeah, that paid off for them, I think.
Yeah. So Satoshi and Wallow seem to be out on their own at the moment with these times. Wallow's actually set a quicker time than he did in any of the practice sessions that I've seen him. So a bit of sandbagging, I think, from him, unless he's just nailed it today. But very quick driver he was. He is.
I mean, if he was sandbagging, then I'm sure Williams also sandbagging now in real life.
Yeah.
I highly doubt it. Oh yeah, Kitsune says it in chat. How could I forget, guys? Don't forget to smash the like button.
Oh yeah.
Am I doing it right? Smash the like button. And also hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Very epic and very cool.
So, coming into the latter stages of qualifying, there's a couple of guys on those leaderboard mid-table at the moment whom we know can definitely go a lot faster. So, I wonder if they're leading it to the last run. The guys like Hugo Pretorius, even Kawati, the guys are quick. Even Dan Shu 128, they can go faster than that. So I think Bants they're maybe leaving it to one final rush at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure we're gonna see at least a slight improvement in a little bit here. Icewind first. So that's interesting. I don't think Icewind was really a huge standout previously, was he?
No, that's a surprise to me to see him up there. I didn't actually know he had that pace.
Yeah, I think he's around the midfield a little bit. I know he's joined the Assetto Corsa League as well. So interesting improvement from him. Good to see, regardless. As Adam doesn't set a time, by the way. 3:14 now. He's a fast boy. I wonder what happened there.
Just on Icewind's time. There are some drivers, but there are drivers, as we know, that are just ridiculously fast no matter what track they go to. People like Atrocity, the guy in Tier 1 at the moment, and Get Owned, all those boys, Copy, Ethnic, even yourself, Bants, that you guys, pretty much any track you go to, you're very fast. But then there are other drivers, and I think I'm a bit like that there are just certain tracks that you're just really quick at. Other tracks you're not as good, so this might be a track that Icewind is very strong in.
Possible. Maybe it's just overall. I know at least that he does play a decent amount of this game now, so it's also possible that he's just put in the work and he's reaping the rewards now, overall. Good to see regardless. Interesting to see him start on pole on the first row. But there's still a couple more drivers out there that still have a word or two to put in.
Yeah.
Everything's on the cards at the moment. Top 7. Going for another run, at least a top 7.
Well, I would have put Vinny in the top 5 in qualifying if he hadn't have DNF'd, because Vinny's a pretty quick driver.
Yeah, but that was all scrambled at the beginning, wasn't it? The cars being... Is that why he DNF'd?
I'm not sure, to be honest. Maybe try and find out.
I'd really like to know in general what happened, because those were 3 cars that were all over the place, the sand and whatnot. As by the way, GK Project. Oh, and he hits the wall. I don't know if he was trying to get into the pits. I doubt it. Probably on purpose. He DNFs. Going to improve on his time. Ow! But his car being in the middle of the track just stopped Shu from putting in his lap. That now ending. Well. So, yeah, GK Project is probably going to have a chat with the stewards after this one. Put in the car there. Definitely interrupted at least one driver's lap.
Yeah, just an update on with Vinny. It happened to Vinny. I just see how he's wrote here that he lost the rear coming up the hill and he hit.
What, sorry? Lost him. No, he's disconnected as well. Disaster, we'll never know what he was gonna say. Satoshi goes pole position. And what it looks like is, I don't think there's many people who have something to say about it unless Curse does, who maybe can actually make true his promise that he's going to go into pole, but it doesn't look like he's improved. Starting P8. Satoshi then on pole position, something Boneless Cigar is not going to be too happy about. I see you in chat there as well. Why aren't you racing today, Boneless? What's going on? Oh, you have an exam tomorrow morning? Oh, that sucks. Ooh, look at the gap between Iceman and Satoshi there. 3 milliseconds separating them, and Wallow 6 milliseconds. Look at how close the top 3 times are. Ridiculous. I mean, everything's on the cards here. You will not often see times this close. That's for sure. So, congrats to all 3 of them. Getting information at the moment that the reason Tipsy has left us is due to a power cut. But hopefully, power will recover for the start of the race. I don't know. As we're in the loading screen, I hope this isn't the same thing we had in Tier 1, what loads forever. Nothing ends up happening. One game we trust. For the formation app, and yeah, Boneless, you got good luck on your exam, mate. Make sure it was worth it to skip out on this race and you get a good result in the exam. No silence. See, the problem is now, I had Tipsy here to give us all of the tips. So he started up a little bit, he checked some stuff out, give us some tipsy in there. I don't have any of them, unfortunately, so you guys will have to wait till he's back. I've been informed by his wife that the power is in fact back, so he will hopefully be back for the start of the race. First has been disqualified from formation lap. Why we do not know, because he's the only car to disqualify, so I assume there was something with the netcode. How's the game sound, guys? We're good? You want it a bit higher up, or is everything good? Oh boy. Yeah, doesn't look like Tipsy has made it back, unfortunately. F's in chat. Set up a proper camera here. Yeah. Oh, Tipsy, you're back.
Oh. The joys of live action, Bants. I got a power cut there.
Yeah, we got the lights out now, unfortunately. I don't think you're in yet, but lights are about to go out. And away they go, and Keyboard Magnuson gets a jump start, so he's going to have to serve a drive-through later now. Icewind now in first position, and he's going to have the inside line. He's going to aim to get back to first place. Satoshi's lost 2 places there at the start, having a pretty horrendous start for him there. Keyboard Magnuson now in first position. No doubt aided by the fact he had a bit of a jump start. Not aiming to make the best of it. Get yourself back in here, man. There's a lot of action to capture.
On my way, man. On my way.
Got Satoshi over here. Trying to sneak it in on Icewind, breaking late and taking the inside. Eating it around, and he does. It seems just about. He goes into the grass a little bit. That's going to lose him a little bit of speed. And he does lose his advantage there. But he just goes for it again anyway, doesn't he? And he's back into P2. Keyboard Magnuson is getting away though. Our favorite keyboard guy, Tipsy. Now 1.2 seconds in the lead with his jump start.
Yeah, so apologies about that, people. I got a disconnected power cut here, but I didn't miss too much, I don't think.
The best action you'll ever see in our life, but apart from that, wouldn't we say Waller almost get caught out there by the little bump after the last little corner there? You know when there's a little bit of a bump that goes down.
Yes.
They're caught out there a little bit. Vinny retires. Oh, and he hits the barrier. Out of the last corner, he hit the barrier. I bet that was because of the bump as well. Vinny, if you could confirm that in chat. Game is pure garbage, he says in chat. As Seagulls was in the pits, by the way. I don't know what happened to him, unfortunately. We're gonna resume. Back.
Just running on board with Crimson at the moment, and he's behind Mozzie Gaming. I remember seeing Mozzie in the practice sessions, and I don't know how experienced he is, but he's looking a little bit lost at the moment.
Yeah, is he? We just have Wallow there going for a bit of an optimistic dive on Icewind. Could have ended very, very poorly there. And he leaves the session. So Vinny's giving me word that the reason he retired is that Pistorius had spun out of the middle of the track and the game didn't ghost him, so you ran into him. I bet you got caught out by that bump. I bet.
You know, that's actually a pity. It's a real shame to lose Vinny, because although I was talking mostly about Satoshi and Bonus, Vinny is actually, was in with a shout of getting the title. If of course disaster struck. If Satoshi basically DNF'd today and Satoshi got good points, he could have won it, but of course that's not likely to happen. I was just seeing this, Crimson hit the back of Moshi and he almost went off. I think he lost a bit of front wing. Crimson.
Has he?
Yeah, he's really, really desperate to try and get past Mozzie, but to be fair to Mozzie, he's defending well.
We have a couple of guys really far behind in Sugars and Silver.
Oh, we got a Mercedes off at the back, Bants. Tats must have lost it. Where did he lose it on the S's?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, and we get Icewind going for a bit of an optimistic, I say, an incredibly optimistic dive there on Satoshi. Probably should have stopped that out, and he does give him back to position, so respect to him there. He loses a few positions in the process, but good on him for returning the positions when he saw that he did something wrong. As Keyboard Magnuson got a bit of a stutter there, and he almost loses the position to Satoshi. Ooh. let's not have the race decided by technical problems, please.
Yeah, Satoshi needs to be really mindful that, you know, he can win the title, so he needs to plan this very carefully. There's a long race, so it's far better to accumulate as much point as he can rather than sacrificing it all to try and get first.
For sure. He's in the lead now. Main rival Magnussen pits. We'll have to serve a penalty as well.
Oh, we've got Mozzie and Crimson battling down the main straight, Bants. Crimson looks like he's finally got that move done. Oh, and Silver
now, and the McLaren goes a bit wide there. The Toro Rosso goes for it, but doesn't quite get it done.
Yeah, sorry, Silver and Tats were running side by side at around 130R, and it seemed to be, looked like Tats more or less just forced him off track. It seemed like Silver has just got that move done.
Oh, and the McLaren of Crimson goes off. He's overestimated the corner.
Oh, we've got a McLaren
it.
Bants, 13th Crimson.
Yeah, that's what I just said as well. He has gone off, he underestimated the corner. And he made a mistake, which was admittedly relatively easy to make.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just in the chase, Mozzie, and cracked under the pressure. Guys, as always, don't forget to smash that MF like button for the boys.
Oh, Kirster's catching Adam Akiri on the 130R. He has to back off. He's probably gonna get him for the DRS in the main straight.
Well,
although Adam may have DRS on Dead Pixel. Oh, but Adam
and he goes for the pits. Probably a wide thing.
Yeah, Kirst still gets the benefit of the DRS. Adam gets 5 seconds.
Yep. I don't think that's the first time he did.
Yeah, so as I said, Bant's about Wallow, decent driver from what I've seen, and he's keeping Satoshi honest at the moment.
Oh yeah, he is. Leaving the 1 second gap thing in the DRS. Gonna give, as Cursed almost does the exact same thing Crimson did. Let's not do that. When we're gonna go on board to Wallow. In the chase, Satoshi here. Katz is retired from the session. Gonna see if we can spot him somewhere.
Yeah. No, I think he must be in the pits.
I reckon. Around here anywhere, no? Ah well. Guess we'll never know.
Hugo's really putting the pressure on Adam. He was almost pushing Adam around the track. He was that close. I don't know how long Adam's going to be able to hold off Hugo on these soft tires. Although on my screen, Adam's on fresh mediums.
He is on fresh mediums.
Yeah, but I think Hugo will probably get the move done here. On the run down to 130R.
Yeah, I mean his mediums are not even warmed up or anything, so he's an easy target at the moment. Because not only on the better tire, on the Mojito tire, but yeah.
Oh, he's gonna catch him on 130R.
Oh no, but he's gonna try and squeeze it in there.
Oh,
and Adam tries to stick around the outside, hits the curb and spins out. And he's in reverse, and he's gonna hit the Sauber as well. Keyboard Magnussen. Absolute disaster for him.
Man.
There are different words that I would use now to describe the situation, but I will leave it there. Absolute chaos at the back.
It was pretty much a more extreme version of what Ricardo did, reversing. But,
I mean, he rolled back onto the track after the spin. He really should have used the brakes. I don't know what he was doing or why he thought it was a good idea to go backwards back on the track. It wasn't just like a safe re-entry. Like, it wasn't in a position to re-enter in the first place. He was backwards. He would have to turn the kind of, first of all. And, he sees himself going on the track, but he doesn't lock up. He doesn't lock up the brakes. He doesn't try at all. So, I mean, that's definitely one for the stewards, because that's...
Yeah,
ruined the race of one of his fellow drivers there as well.
I don't think the FA will have much difficulty coming to a decision on that one, but... Oh, is Adam retires?
What? Oh!
Looks like
There's a set of tyres rolling out the pits! Of course there's a set of tyres rolling around on the
Oh, I'm just getting a report.
Oh, and Tats, by the way, is off track as well now.
Just getting a report, Bants, that Hugo has wing damage.
Oh, okay. Hold on, I think those tyres were Tats. Because he was on the side of the track there. I don't know what that was, but... I mean, it's one of the more harmless bugs, you know. You can get stuck in the pits, get started out of the game, but having two tyres, medium tyres, rolling on the track, that's fine.
It didn't happen to say Haas on the tyres, did it? 'Cause, you know, I wouldn't be surprised.
Go back to Australia 2018.
Anyway, back with the action, Bants, we got Kuwati on 6th, and he's hunting down Dead Pixel. Is actually, whom is also hunting down the Ferrari of Vilas. So, might get a wee bit of action here coming onto the main straight. This here, I think this is it's the most awkward place to catch someone who's just on the apex of the 130R.
Yeah, but you haven't... Oh, and he bottles it a little bit there. You would have had an opportunity for a dive, although you're better off making use of the DRS and taking inside on turn 1. As that Pixel does pit, understandably, he's on a super soft tyre. Quatsi is definitely on a superior strategy to Hurst at the moment, who's just ahead of him.
We've got Wallow going for a pass on Moshi down the main straight. Should be pretty straightforward with the DRS. Yes, Moshi doesn't give too much of a difficulty for him. I think I'm saying that right. Mozzie?
I think so, Mozzie, yeah. I mean, no, yeah, I don't know. Mozzie, like, it reminds me of that Siege character, doesn't it? Like that, operator, Mozzie. But that's with 2 Z's, and you also call that Mozzie, so I don't know. We'll leave it at Mozzie. I mean, everyone knows we're absolute experts at pronouncing all of the names. By the way, Tati's car is, at least for me, still on the side of the track.
Sorry, Bants, Dead Pixel and Hugo were fighting each other, and it looked like Hugo got forced off track. So he'll be looking to get past this Renault as soon as he can.
Yeah, putting Dead Pixel under pressure. UK Project gets a penalty for cutting corners. Got a lot of penalties so far, so not entirely sure where everyone is at the moment. I don't know if you've been keeping
I haven't, sorry, Bants. I've been checking what's going on further back.
So, what damage did you say Hugo has on his wing?
Reporting that I get a report that he's got front wing damage. Although he's right on the back of Dead Pixel.
Dead Pixel on fresh mediums. So he should be an easy target through the inside here. Let's then have a repeat of what we had before. No, he backs out of that, which is probably wise.
Yeah.
On these new tires. It's gonna take quite a bit to switch on.
Mozzie putting pressure on the Icewind at the moment. Icewind looks... Oh, sorry, Mozzie.
Oh yeah, Mozzie gets it all wrong there. Trying to chase down Icewind.
He's really struggling to recover from that off-track moment.
Yeah, I mean, you have a really high grip requirement in those corners, and if you have the grass on, I mean, you get a huge amount of grip loss, so getting back into the rhythm there, which is an entirely different thing you need for that as well, is, not the greatest place to go off.
We have Hugo's on battling Cursed, Bants. Hopefully we don't see a repeat. Oh, Dead Pixel goes for a dive!
Oh yeah, and he does! And the Ferrari of Curse going sideways there a little bit. It's a 4-car battle here. And someone's going to do a dive bomb in a moment. You can see that it's Hugo's is trying to stick it down the inside of Dead Pixel, and he forces him off the track. What looked like maybe slightly intentional?
Yes, I seen his steering wheel turning to the right.
He didn't really continue turning at one point, so I think he was having a bit of a vendetta there for Cursed. Slash and chat using the Bell Nutter emoji followed by the Prix emoji. I completely agree. That is my opinion here as well. Did you see the Baunotto emoji on the server, by the way?
Did I see the what, sorry?
The Baunotto emoji.
I don't even know what you're saying.
Baunotto, Binotto. You know the... Oh, hold on, what is the Mercedes? Quati, who DNF'd as well. What on earth is going on here? And Cursed, well, Hugo's that is as well. He's DNF'd. He's left the session. And Keyboard Magnuson. Yeah, virtual safety car. Yeah. Sorry, I completely missed that as well. But Hugo's is left. I hope you can't see my Steam overlay because Hugo's is not using the nicest words. He's definitely not happy with some of the proceedings of the race. No doubt. That Pixel is going to be one of them. Hat's car is still on the side of the road there for me. Very oddly indeed. Yeah, maybe the cars were stuck as well, as Bonus Cigar says. Possible. I think, I mean, hey, I'm just gonna throw it out there. I'm pretty sure that was on purpose. I can see why you would think that, you know, because there was a lot of squeezing going on there. Not condoning anything. I'm not supposed to give my opinion, but yeah, believe it there.
Oh no! Sorry, Bants. Dan and Mozzie get it all wrong, and they go for an off-road rally course off track. It looked like from. I need to check I'll watch this back, but it looked like that Dan was trying to make a move, but Mozzie kept kind of moving across and blocking him, and then they made contact and both went off track. But Dan's got so much more speed on those super softs. He's going for another move on Mozzie, and Mozzie's moving on.
He's going to go for a move, yeah, that's for sure, but I don't know if that's the wisest thing to do. And he brakes very late, doesn't leave a whole lot of space there for Mozzie. He's not going to have DRS now, is he? No, he is going to have the DRS as well, apart from overtaking him. Yeah, okay, interesting. My mistake, I wasn't completely aware what the DRS activation is. It's before the chicane then, no?
Yeah.
DRS activation point? Okay.
We're seeing an awful lot of frustrated, a bit of frustration driving today at the moment. People are getting a bit angry at each other.
Yeah, a little bit. Porsche, by the way, went fourth. Hit it a few laps ago and immediately, way back up there. He's not a huge amount behind the other guys. Everyone else, of course, last to pit, so he's still, in P1. Although Wallow is having a good shot here at the moment, getting the soft field, relatively guys. Hugos, it's probably not. Right, okay. I was assuming it was going to go a lot of insults in the chat, but it looks like he's just telling us what he thinks happened there. I think everything's going on, so I'm going to go ahead and have a little quick.
Okay. While you're doing that, Bants, I'm just running on board. I don't know, of course, the people can see, but Kirst is doing a good job of catching Silver. Of course, he's on much fresher mediums. Silver's not a slow driver by any means, so it'll be a bit of a job to catch him. But he's slow. He's kind of stuck with the half a second mark at the moment. But he's within DRS range, and he's coming around the final two chicane. Oh, Silver gets it a bit wrong, runs a bit wide.
Cracking under pressure from De Milos.
Yeah.
Gonna have the DRS. He's gonna have a pretty decent run here on him. Won't be surprised if he didn't try something down turn one here. Oh, and okay, so Silver doesn't even defend it, but he tries to break late from the outside, which I don't know how that works, but Silver tries to keep it in there. He almost does as well, and he keeps the nose in there as well, but he backs out, which is probably the wisest thing he could do in that situation. He's all over him at the moment, isn't he? He's not ready to give this position up.
For a moment there, Bants, I thought that was going to be a front wing connecting with a rear left, and it's going to be game over, but thankfully they managed to keep it together. Brinos is actually pulling a wee gap. Did I say that too soon?
I think it's a bit early to tell. There's a bit of dirt here as well, so you don't want to be incredibly close to them all the time, especially on a high downforce circuit like this. But this is about the gap you'd expect the cars to have to each other.
Plus, up at the front, Bants, Icewind's got a nice health. He's caught super hot fire, and he's going to get him on the DRS. Of course, he's on much
and Curse gets a lag. Sorry, Curse got a lag spike there real quick, and Silver gets past him there. Easy peasy. Curse losing a lot of time. Anyway, so what happened is he was in Spoon. Oh, and he leaves the session as well. What happened is in Spoon, he got a lag spike mid-corner, and when he got control back, he basically went into a spin, because obviously, he didn't have any information to feed on. And he goes off, so he leaves the session. He is, of course, not very happy either with what happened previously, seems. But he does start the game now. Maybe he got a disconnect from the internet connection.
Yeah, I'm just getting told by another generational talent, that is Triton, who's informing me that Kirst's game died or crashed.
Bad.
So it's looking good for Satoshi at the moment, Bants, for this race win. Of course, not to labour the point, but if Satoshi gets the win, then that's it. He's got the title. That'll be the first driver title of Tier 2.
Back it. I mean, how would you not know this? We've been commentating this thing since the very beginning.
Yeah, but
Right?
You see, age and time has not been kind to me, Bants.
Hold on, have we been commentating since the beginning?
Yeah, we have. We were the very first in SLR Tier 2, yeah. Somehow, Bants, we have managed to last.
Without getting booted?
Without getting kicked off by the boys, yeah. People must like what we're doing, Bants.
I'm not to just say a slur, so my, my power's about to get cut.
We've got two Renaults fighting further back here.
Yeah, I'm having a look at that.
Yeah.
Powered fires on new mediums, only a lap in. So, not gonna be the greatest grip for him going into the yeses. Of course, we have the incident on the stream recording as well.
Yeah, I actually have a... Sorry, Bants, I actually have a recording of on board with Hugo as well.
Oh, really? Wow.
Which might not... well, I have a recording, let's just say that.
Well, we shall post it. I mean, you shall post it.
Yeah.
Renaults do look very nice though, don't they? As a little side note, they really do look nice.
Yes, I am a fan of the Renault.
Wish it was as fast as it was good looking. Especially this
If only
year.
it was as fast as my RS280. Hello.
It probably isn't even as fast as that, I suppose. Renault's, well, at least this year as well. It's not really quick. I mean, practice sessions today, it was really far back. I think they ended up in FP2 of, what was it, like 14th, 15th?
I actually missed the practice. The only thing I seen was Hamilton and Mercedes dominating the most. But I was really surprised to see, well, not surprised, but excited to see how close Verstappen was in the first practice.
Yeah, but Mercedes never puts out an FP.
Yeah. I just want to see Ferrari just deliver, get this title fight on the go.
Yeah, so one thing I read up on is that they've requested additional funds from Ferrari for the team. Sorry, something happening there?
Yeah, sorry, man. No, I was just watching the Renaults here, Dead Pixel. I don't know if you noticed. He almost took out super hot fire there on the entrance of turn 1.
I'll go on board with them again.
Yeah, this is the closest battle at the moment, these two.
Yep, I'm gonna keep them in focus. But yeah, so from what I know, Ferrari has the F1 team has requested additional funds from Ferrari to redesign the suspension, which seems to be what holds it back. You what? Sorry.
Who's requested the funds?
Ferrari, the Ferrari F1 team.
Oh, right.
They've requested some funds from the higher ups of Ferrari, so they can redesign a suspension, which seems to be their issue at the moment, not their aero design or engine or anything. That man, it's just a front suspension which doesn't help them turn in. A lot of honesty. But I remember in pre-season that something analysts said anyway, that they seem to have the most, like one of the least complicated suspension on the grids. What interesting.
We've got Kirk Belos right up in the back of Keyboard Magazine at the moment, Bants. If you want to switch to that.
Yeah, he's rejoined and he's here for the point.
Oh, Jesus!
What?
I don't know whether that was a desync, but Crimson had a almost what happened to me in Slashy, and I think it was Bahrain, I think it was, where he cut across the back of him, and Mozzie just went straight into the wall. So that's why he's into the pits now. My goodness, I
just had a big fight into turn 1 as well, sorry. I just about caught as well. Unfortunately, I didn't see the little incident you saw there.
I have it on record, don't worry.
Saw the aftermath. Bad.
Yeah, so these two Renaults are still fighting pretty hard, Bants, at the moment.
Yeah, but I kind of feel like they're just... Ooh, and Zepix just clipped Super Hot Fire there. I think I'm going to go on board a bit with Curse and Keyboard Magnussen because they're fighting really hard at the moment. Curse got quite a bit fresher tires, so going to have the pace advantage, purely from the game perspective. It's down to his abilities now. It can be said for Super Hot Fire, who, could be able to pull a bit of a gap there. The tires are quite a bit fresher.
Yeah, Kirsch's going to get the DRS on Keyboard Magneton.
Oh, that Pixel really throwing it in there behind him. On much more one tires as well. That's very ballsy of him. Get an oval in chat. Yes, indeed. I can only own that. Going to be close enough to each other. So we're going to be on board with Curse now. Probably going to try and make a move. And
he's too far back.
Oh, he's not.
Too far back, yeah.
Yes. What about applying the pressure? Oh, I've just been told, apparently Super Hot Fire has a race ban for the race and he shouldn't be racing. Told by someone, so I don't know how true that is, in which case...
I'm not sure.
Could you quickly check in the SLR FI?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, I'll go check.
Because if so, you should not be holding up that pixel.
I don't see anything.
You got 20 points. Apparently.
You got 25 points because you got 20 for a major collision and 5 for dangerous track re-entry. So I think that's only a quality ban, I think.
That's just for that race, isn't it?
What, sorry?
But that's just for that race, isn't it? He got... Okay, yeah, no, I've been told now it's a quality ban. Hold arms there. Additional change. Spotfire did start at the back of the grid, so he did adhere to the rules. Nothing on him there. That pixel gets past Spotfire, by the way. Yeah, just kind of missed it a little bit there. First is behind Shu. And Keyboard Magnussen.
Yeah, just running down a few things they're saying in the chat. I think the FIA is going to be busy this race, Bants.
Yeah, I recommend to anyone having complaints as well, or issues with the drivers. It's the best if you write it into the FIA discussions channel, so you also have it for later. Whereas if you write it here, the FIA is probably not gonna scan the entire chat or chat here. So I would put it in the Discord channel instead.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Is also visible.
Yeah, that's a good shout because as our leader chief keeps on saying to everyone, report everything. If you have anything you're a little bit aggrieved about people, report it, because if you don't report it, then nothing's gonna happen.
Our leader.
Yes, our leader.
But I'm German. Keyboard Magnussen goes into the pits.
I mean, you can't make your mind up what you are. So did you see if Super Hot Fire missed quali, or did
No,
he start last?
he started last. I can see. Or at the back anyway.
Did he set a time, I wonder?
I don't think so.
Okay, then, so then he served it then. Yeah, I don't think anyone has a racing ban in Tier 1 or Tier 2.
Yeah,
I know there's a... Yeah.
no.
I know there's a racing ban, or sorry, a quality ban for the next race in Tier 1, but there's no race ban for anyone.
How many points do you have now?
I've only got 12.
Oh, 12, okay.
My first incident, yeah. I think that's the first penalty points I've had in as long as I can remember.
Yeah, on the first season I got 2 separate warnings. The third would mean like race ban or something, and I never even knew about them until like towards the end of the season, where I had a look out of curiosity, and it turns out that I had been points there. I don't think I have any now.
No, I don't think. No, you don't. I had a rundown of them. No, you have no points.
Incredible. Well, super hot, by the way. He's about to go for an overtake on that pixel. Sorry, with the DRS and everything. He doesn't seem to get a lot of overspeed on him there, though.
No.
Not at all. That pixel shuts it down there, the corner. Yeah, that's pretty much it again. I mean, I don't know what's up with Super Hot Fire's wings. I assume maybe he has quite a bit more downforce than that pixel, but even with the DRS, did not get close.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Bants, the only points you've got is podium points.
Ooh.
Oh.
How many races have I done now? I guess.
I'm not sure.
3?
But I mean, you've been on the podium what in iRacing and Formula 1, Tier 1, Tier 2, and in 2 SRL.
On Tier 2? I don't think I've raced Tier 2, buddy.
Not Tier 2, sorry, no, sorry.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that would be interesting, commentating and racing at the same time. On a different monitor.
Oh, so then Shu has caught up with this battle with the Renaults. And I don't think he's going to hang about with these guys. He's going to want to make short work with them as quick as possible. He's going to catch Super Hot Fire on 130R. He's going to back off. Smart thing to do, but he's...
Side by side, he doesn't make it around just yet. He is going to have better tires at the moment. He's really squeezing him there, though. Would be surprised if he doesn't get him relatively easy on the straight. The ERS, and he's passed straight away. Clearly, downforce is not. There's maybe a bit too much downforce in that second Renault. That's something we would say in real life, eh?
he's absolutely reeling in dead pixel at the moment.
Oh yeah.
He's got so much more pace.
Yeah, he's on off the tyres. Relatively fresh one. Well, Kjell Magnussen. Fastest lap off the race. No points for that yet, unfortunately, as Shu gets a penalty. So on board there, how he cut the corner just the slightest bit. But it was enough, that penalty.
So Satoshi, about 6.5, just over 5.5 seconds in the lead. It's looking pretty tasty for him. But just to be mentioned on Wallow, I think that Wallow will send maybe PM, I expect, thanking me because I was giving him a big shout out to Chief to give him a race today. So
Okay.
Thankfully he's proven me right. Pretty decent racer.
Should have given him one for 2 SRL as well then?
Sorry?
Should have given him one for 2 SRL as well then?
Well, I'm sure if he applies, I mean he's pretty decent.
I mean, both Satoshi and Wallow are...
What, sorry?
Both Satoshi and Wallow are definitely good one material.
Well, that's what I was going to actually touch on. So Satoshi is most likely going to win this race, and of course, clutch the title, something of which Hugo struggles with.
Sorry, we had a bit of a moment there, just real quick, we had a bit of a moment there with Shu and Dead Pixel. They were going side by side through the entirety of the first corner there. No contact, quite spectacular, good driving from both of them. Sorry, continue.
Well, yeah, just to touch on what you're saying, I think this will be worth watching, these two guys, because Shu does not hang about and Dead Pixel does not give in. So,
oh, he's going to try and go around here as well? No, he's not, okay. That would have been a bit crazy, I think, for him to attempt. That was not going to end well.
Pretty much demonstrating exactly what I said. Shoe does not hang about, and Dead Pixel doesn't give it up, that easy. So this could end in disaster for both of them.
Yeah, no, I think really Shu's not meaning to go down there in the first place. I think all he's doing is really just putting him under pressure, as he's going to try and go around the outside and spoon as well.
Probably going to go for the cutback.
Oh yeah, and he's going to make it with the significantly better grip he has on his tires there at the moment. And he's side by side with him, going to be using all of his boost there with his ERS. To try get past him here for sure. At the end, Dead Pixel running out wide. Getting back on the track now, gonna be under pressure from Super Hard Fire, who I think picks up the DRS on him now as well. Yeah, and he does. So Dead Pixel may be losing the position to Super Hard Fire in the process.
Oh, but Dead Pixel's got DRS.
Wait. So Super Hard Fire's not. Oh, now he's. Oh, he opened up the DRS very late. I don't think he knew he had it. He didn't activate it at the beginning. I went to check, and his rear wing wasn't open until very late down the straight.
Keeper Magnuson's going to get the DRS on Crimson at the main straight.
Oh boy, yeah, and this side by side as well. Get some better angles here, thank you. Alfa Romeo. Keeper Magnuson heads into on a first. I'll stay ahead at least 4 now. Icewind gets a penalty in P3. This could make a bit of a difference. But do you want to look at the penalties real quick, mate?
Yeah, have a quick look. But I also wanted to touch on Wallow. We're starting to now catch Satoshi. He's almost shaved. He has shaved over a second off him already.
Yeah, but his tires are gonna really stop worrying a bit now, whereas the mediums are gonna stay in. They're not gonna.
But, yeah, sorry. Just before I go check the points. What I was going to say earlier about Satoshi is, so it's looking likely that he's going to win the title here today. So I think the natural progression for him will be to move to Tier 1. But how does Tier 1 work with assists? Are they no assists only, or do they allow them?
Tier 1?
Yeah.
Oh no, there's assists allowed. I mean,
There isn't.
looking at his caliber of pace, I would expect nothing less than for him to not be allowed to have the assist, because he's really quick. But he doesn't use assists, does he?
Yeah, he uses traction control and I don't know. I think he might have ABS.
Yeah, I don't know. Was Wallow?
I don't know. I've only seen Wallow yesterday, so this is new to me. But still a decent driver. But I'll go check the points for you as best I can. Is anybody in particular that you want me to look for?
Just the top 3 really for now. Satoshi, Wallow, and Icewind.
All
No,
right.
Icewind has at least 1 penalty. Well, we got a real Renault battle here on our hands. They're really sticking with each other the entire time.
Okay, Bants.
Yeah, go on.
So I just did a wee rundown there. So Satoshi, from what I see, has no penalties whatsoever. Wallow has 3 seconds, and Icewind has 6 seconds. So it's pretty much game, set, and match for Satoshi. He's got it.
Yeah, he has to do a lot wrong in order to not get this now. By the way, Aussie Gaming retires from the race. Can't see what happened there. Might also be a DNF out of frustration. So just to recap real quick, if Satoshi wins this race, he's mathematically won championship.
If Satoshi wins the race now, today, then he's won it, because Boneless cannot win then. That's what I was saying earlier, that if you can imagine, let's say Boneless was racing today, if Satoshi won the race and Boneless finished 6th or higher, then Boneless could still win. But if Boneless finished 7th or lower and Satoshi wins, Boneless can't win it. Now the fact that Boneless isn't even here and Satoshi's going to win, that means that it is mathematically impossible for Satoshi or Boneless to win the title. So in one more lap, if Satoshi finishes crosses the line P1, he is SLR driver champion.
I mean, we need to prepare some kind of victory song or something. Well, I know what we could use. I don't know if we should.
Dancing.
Oh, not that one. We have one that we used when we won the 6 hours of Sebring, I think it was, in our racing. We had this song, Never Come Down, but it has our Orange Boy Trump in it as well, so I don't know if that's one we'll play. But it is a pretty neat song. Good shooting for victory. Yeah, we'll put it on, why not? We need a good victory picture as well.
So Satoshi's just coming around to the end of lap 26 to start.
Yeah, one more lap.
One more lap.
Championless lap for him.
Yes.
You know, can you pull up? I don't know if you know that picture, but there's this meme picture with this guy on the podium who drinks champagne and it goes completely all over his face, and they have a porn caption under it. You know the picture I'm talking about?
No, nope.
Ah, shame. Yeah, that would be good to have in there. Yeah, I will look that up right after, guys, and see if I can put it in. That's not an innuendo, by the way. And then can properly celebrate Toshi as our Tier 2 overlord, a champion. That works too. And why is Bonus not racing today? He is in his exam. While we're also seeing Satoshi here, most likely clinching the championship. So I'm sure this is going to be painful for Boneless to watch.
Yeah, Boneless had a great, very strong start to the season, but then he had a bit of bad luck, I think, mid-season with a few running togethers with a few boys. But Satoshi, it's something I have been saying, and I sound like a broken record. I keep saying consistency. You don't have to win all the time. You just need to be consistent. And as he's coming across the final chicane,
yep, and there he goes.
The most consistent driver of SLR. Boom.
And he crosses the line, and he is now officially our very first Tier 2 champion in SLR.
There he is.
Big
And a McLaren.
And a McLaren. Not something we could do, but hey.
Well, let's not talk about us just at the moment, because we are going to club. But Satoshi is the very first Tier 2 SLR champion, and he did it in a McLaren, which makes me even more proud. He has been the most consistent driver of all the field, and I think he deserves it, thoroughly deserves it. Congratulations, Satoshi.
Yeah, absolutely. Good job to him. Did all the right things when he needed to. It's a shame we didn't have Boneless here. Maybe put a word in with him. But it was pretty much a flawless race from him. I don't know if he had much he could have done there, because once he was gone off the start, there was not really much holding him.
Yeah.
Solid drive from him. No mistakes that we could really see. So, great drive from him.
I would expect to see Satoshi now move up, Bants.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I would think even the same with Boneless, honestly.
Yeah, I think Boneless should go up too. Yeah. But I mean, if there's anything that if anything you win, surely it should be promotion. I know some drivers get plucked out of it because they're just clearly too fast for Tier 2, but Satoshi definitely deserves it. Look at that. Pretty much everyone gets penalties except Satoshi. So not only does he win the race, and Pretorius doesn't get anyone, but not only does he win the race by a decent margin, but he also has a clean race as well. Yeah. So I'm sure we'll get a wee interview with Satoshi. But also, I'm really impressed again, the one I keep on going on about him, but I'm impressed with Wallow, his first race in SLR, P2. And Icewind as well. Icewind did great there to get P3. So there we have it.
Yep, hold on, I'm gonna pull it up again. So we can see the quick standings here. Yeah, your finishes. A lot of penalties from some people here. Cursed, by the way, as an obvious mention, still gets 1 point. I know he would like me to mention that to him, and I know you're watching this back now, so hello, Cursed. And also a lot of people who have DNF'd from the session. So we'll leave that there. Close game. Let's see if I can quickly pull up the little I have here prepared just for my boy Satoshi. Give me 1 second and I'll move him in for it.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Sure, he must be absolutely buzzing at the moment. Oh, yes.
There we go.
Mark Webber.
All right. Background. You do it for us. Satoshi.
Welcome.
Satoshi, our very first SLR Tier 2 champion.
It feels absolutely amazing, but before we start, I would like to dedicate this title to Niki Lauda because, you know, F1 lost a legend, and I heard about you guys talking about him at the qualifying, so yeah, and I don't know, I mean, it's so sad that F1 lost a legend, and I was paying respect to him as wearing that hashtag on my name and wearing Vettel's special helmet, and yeah. But let's switch. So my quali lap wasn't the best because I was 2.5 tenths down, and I got lagged in the 20 meters before the line. So
yeah.
I don't know, but still got it. Start was shit. Both Keyboard Magnussen and Icewind had a better start, but I knew that Keyboard Magnussen did the jump start. That was just concentrating on us Icewind, and everything went well. I was just worried about the Red Bull guy's pace, Valo's pace, because he had a absolutely amazing pace at the end. So, but I saw that he had a mistake, 3 or 4 laps to go.
You were 5.6 seconds ahead of Wallow, and I did mention on the stream that Wallow had taken out over a second and a half out of your time, but he was on. His softs were starting to die. Plus, he also had a 3-second penalty. I don't know if you were aware of that, but I seen Wallow race yesterday, and I was impressed with him. But one thing I was saying on the stream was, not only did you win the race by a healthy gap, but you also had 0 penalties as well.
I had only 1 warning, and I got one warning for at the beginning when I got touched with Wallow, I guess.
Yeah, that's correct. That's what I seen. So I think what a way to win the title. Not only do you win it by a healthy margin, but you have an absolutely impeccable race. And it's thoroughly deserved. I was saying to Bants that you deserved it. It would have been nice to have bonus here to continue to Brazil, but of course, I was doing my math before it, whereby if a bonus had finished 6th or higher, then it would have went on to Brazil. But as soon as I seen that he wasn't racing, then you needed to win to finish it today, and that's what you've done. So congratulations, man, you absolutely deserve it.
Thank you very much.
I'm expecting to see you move up to Tier 1 because you've got the pace and the talent and the skill to compete in Tier 1.
and that was the next thing about to say, because I am officially putting a Rosberg, and I'm not gonna race next season because I won't buying the game because it looks shit, in my opinion. Seriously, yes, I'm a beta tester, and it's just absolutely shit. I mean, the handling is just bad, but I can't leak, I don't want to get punished, but yeah. So, and I've planned about switching to endurance racing. So, 2S endurance team, please pick me up.
We'll see.
But first, I need a job to financially
Yeah.
support that racing.
Yeah.
So yeah, at the beginning of the season, I didn't thought that I can win this because we had Edge, we had Light Cruiser, and these fast boys, and when everyone is just get promoted, I just had to fight it out between Boneless and Keyboard Magnussen, but I was way too unlucky at the beginning of the season, and then the switch point was, of course, maybe France, but the main switch point was Silverstone, and every other race I was just something happened, and yeah. I mean, this is my first ever championship in F1, so it's something. It will be special, of course.
Well,
So
it wasn't easy for you, so you can take a lot of pride from knowing that you didn't just. No, they didn't just hand you the title. You have had a fight for it from, as you say, Silverstone. You really upped your game, and you have been the most consistent driver off the grid. And so you fought for it and you deserved it. So again, I can only say congratulations to you. It's just a pity that we're not going to have you next season.
Oh, you'll be back. I know it. Do what you want. You'll be back. I think you'll see. I think you'll see some of the league stuff, and you'll be like, actually, might as well.
I'm going to follow every league if I can, and I'm still here for the 2SRS Assetto League, but I'm not sure that I can continue, but we will see. I don't know, to be honest, that I can continue that.
Oh, by the way, I just got a stat here from .pixel apparently. I don't know if that's true or not, but Satoshi is the only driver to score in every race.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know how did that happen,
Consistency, man. I keep saying it, and I will always say it. Consistency wins every day. If you can consistently finish in the high end of the points race after race, then you are giving yourself a fantastic opportunity to get the title, as we have just seen.
Jeez.
But have you anything else you would like to add, Satoshi, on this win of yours?
I would like to say thank you so much for everyone who supported me, or at least tried to support me during the season, and it was a pleasure to race in this league, and of course shout out to Light Cruiser, who did this mainly when he merged this league and WWRL, and shout out to him, and basically that's it.
I think I can speak on behalf of me and Bants, and I'm sure the other boys as well. It's been a pleasure for us anyway to watch your race and your championship, Satoshi. And again, I can only say it'll only be a great shame that we won't be able to commentate on you next season. But whatever else you plan on moving on to, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Many more championships hopefully will be your way.
Yeah, hopefully.
Well, maybe that's a course one. Who knows? I don't know.
Well, we have a couple of pretty handy drivers in 2SRL at Assetto Corsa. Timo and as yourself, Bants and Terror. I mean, very, very quick drivers, very hard to beat in Assetto Corsa.
Yeah, I just came for the Assetto League as a fun, because I wanted to try out. Yeah. So, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you, Bants.
Satoshi. So, Bants, would you like to move on to maybe interviewing a few other drivers?
Sure. Who in chat would like to have a bit of a word? Me, says Milos, so I'm gonna drag him in here. Hello, Milos.
Hello.
Hello, Milos.
What is up? How was that?
So, alright, on some parts and a bit bad, but before I say anything, I'm gonna congratulate Satoshi personally on the championship. Did a really good job in the season, so congrats to him.
Well, normally, Birosh, I would have to try to ask you a question, but I think the only thing I could do is open the platform or open the airwaves for you, and I'll just let you just say what you think. How did that race go for you? How was your season?
Well, qualifying was mediocre. No, I don't think I would have gotten much better in qualifying. I didn't have the pace in here anyway. I don't know if you've seen the formation app, but I got disqualified because I was warming up my tires and I went off track and then I got disqualified, which is very epic.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to see that because I had a power cut, but I can only imagine.
I was very disappointed from that. But
you and Hugo had a pretty tasty fight again today.
Yeah, after I pitted, we did have Binotto on the microphone in the form of Triton, since he was with us as well a bit to be our Binotto. And well, Hugo's wanted to make the move into Dagnar 1, and I said no. So I said Binotto, but the Bugos went for it, and we talk after, I suppose. But no, I think I had some pace for good points if my game didn't crash.
Yeah, I actually was on board with you the moment that happened on the car behind you.
Yeah, I was immensely disappointed because
and that corner as well.
Yeah, like I just thought I was gonna have some alright pace. I didn't think at the start of the weekend, maybe the start of the week, you know. I didn't really think that I was gonna really get much more than a few points. But yeah, it seemed like I maybe had the pace to maybe finish in 6th, 7th. So I was slightly disappointed at that point. And also, towards the end, at the end of the race, I caught up right next to not Deadpex, it's Super Hot Fire, who had 8 seconds of penalties, and I had 3, and apparently I finished behind him, because I was 10 seconds behind him. But yeah, that's a bit of a tanking emoji, I suppose. But in general, well, I'm happy to have scored points, you know. It's that 1 point, but it's always something at the end of the race, rather than just, you know, not getting any points after my game crashing.
But the season's not over just yet. Although the title's been wrapped up by Satoshi, there is one more race left to go, Birosh, in Brazil, and it's a pretty tasty track. So there's still more points to gather.
Yeah. Hopefully I can show some pace in Brazil, and maybe finish off the season on a high.
Yeah, there's a week left. Oh, and someone removed the dislikes, and I just thought there was a rebellion there, so someone got peer pressured into undoing that dislike.
Indeed.
We have a few other guys who would like a interview, Bants.
Yes, Dead Pixel, I'm going to move him in next, because he's a bit of a hot topic. Thank you, Minos. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minos. Thank you, Minos.
Actually, you know what? Hugo's didn't ask, but I'm going to put Hugo's and Dead Pixel in just for the spice.
And Icewind and Wallow also, too.
Hello.
Hey. So.
Oh, Hugo's didn't want to be. That's very sad.
Yeah, he's not very happy with me.
Yeah.
I think that you might actually have a few reports.
Yeah, my bad. I mean, at the time, I thought it was definitely being kind of tough on him, but I didn't feel at the time like I was being unfair, but sorry for the stuff.
Yeah, from the commentators' view, as we were saying, there just seemed to be the very late kind of dives that were happening, and the more these dives were happening, the more contact that was happening, the more frustrated everyone was getting, and it just seemed to come to a head.
It was just kind of heat of the moment, to be honest. Like, right from the start of the race, things kind of went weird on me. Like, the lights were still red for me when everyone started going, and I was like, oh fuck, I lost like 4 positions off the line, and so I was just driving kind of angry, which isn't really an excuse, but I don't know, I just kind of fucked up a bit. Sorry, Hugos. Didn't mean to ruin your race.
No, it's fine. I mean, I did something myself, which I apologize for. But
Indeed you did.
Oh, was that-
Indeed
yeah.
you did, and we all saw it.
Was that at the hairpin? That was pretty crazy. Oh yeah, the hairpin was really funny, right? Because like you were battling Milos, and I was like, "Oh, this is tasty now," and then you just kind of like blocked each other into Degner 1, and I was just on the inside, so I yeeted it into Degner 2, and then I got ahead, and I was like, "I know you're gonna dive, so I'm gonna cover the inside and just clench," and then you did. We ended up wide. It was just a bit crazy, to be honest. This is mad. This is
Yeah,
fun.
it looked like Hugo's steering wheel stopped working.
Oh,
Or it looked like it was going in the wrong direction that he actually wanted to go.
oh, that's rough. Sorry, like he could still have gotten points. That's pretty rough.
You know, it looked like the corner was a left, but his steering wheel was kind of going right for some reason.
Yeah, Hugo, I don't know
That's
really.
I don't know what happened about there, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there was some kind of issue there that Ferrari probably.
Must be a desync or something.
I got a full red wing.
Gearbox
from,
failure.
the thing, and my set of my tires locking up, my steering locks, right? So it went the wrong way.
Ah, that explains why your car steered in. Ah, right.
There was definitely a gearbox failure.
Ooh, no.
So, yeah,
But,
I mean, yeah, go on.
Things pretty great.
No, I was gonna say just more serious, if we're not already being serious. Hugo, you seem to be struggling a little bit on just raw pace, which was a bit unlike you, because normally you're like up there with the top boys, but
Raw pace.
yeah, you normally have like you're a lot. Usually you're a lot quicker.
Yeah,
than what
do you think it was a hardware thing or more
Can I
lack
just
of
say? Can I
talent?
just say? I I would have got pole position on the softs if I didn't get blocked by Shu on my quality lap. I was purple in sector 1 and 2, and then on the final chicane he blocked me.
Okay, so you wouldn't say lack of talent is the reason why you finished what you did.
No. And then I was setting fastest laps on
That's true.
the race. So
Yeah, your pace was pretty good.
I don't think raw pace was the issue.
I think looking in the scoreboard and seeing him in grey with DNF there on the right was probably the real hindrance, not the pace.
Might be right there.
But hey, gearbox, you know, they're not 100% reliable.
I'm just saying, Dead Pixel was not the only driver I had an issue with.
Well, I don't think we're gonna get into that here, though. We're gonna leave that for the FIA because I don't want the, you know, I don't want.
Enough, anyway.
Okay. Well, does anyone here have any about the race about Satoshi maybe? Who I don't know if you noticed he won Tier 2 championship today.
Yeah, absolute pog champ. Well done to him. It was a great ride for me.
Congratulations, Weeb.
Congratulations, Wee. All right.
Well, just before Hugo goes, I don't know, Hugo, if you know, but SLR have a reserves drivers championship as well, and you're actually second. The other guy was in first place is Diesel. He's got a healthy margin, but if you had have finished, you might have got the reserve driver title in Brazil.
Diesel didn't race though today, did he?
Exactly.
No, he didn't. That's the point. But Hugo DNF'd, but if he hadn't have,
You see, the strategy is that I'm gonna race in Brazil, and my steering is gonna go wrong again, and he's gonna DNF, and I'm gonna win the race.
Get a box. Get a box.
Yeah. It's
I
only
would-
16 points in it, so it's doable.
16.
Yeah. 16. So I mean, if Diesel doesn't show up or something, it's definitely possible.
yeah, but that would mean he would have to finish. Hugo has to finish second in Brazil.
Are you saying that Hugo can't finish second in Brazil? Ooh.
I just say I
I'm
outqualified
joking.
Sergios in Brazil.
I don't know, man.
Brazil is actually one of my strongest tracks, to be honest.
But providing your steering wheel works
Provided and the gearbox doesn't fail.
and the gearbox, yeah, and his front wing,
But
and he
unlucky.
stops racing cursed.
Ah, yes.
Okay, so what was all off with Cursed was, right? I was like, Cursed, could you let me through if possible? And he was like, yeah, sure. He went a bit wide in turn one. And then I was right behind him in the S's.
Yeah.
And he was going on the inside towards Dagna 1. I was like, is he letting me through or what?
Yeah, I seen that.
And then he kind of broke a bit early, so I went around the outside assuming that he was letting me go. But he wasn't. So
Well, at least you had managed to avoid each other. That was the main thing.
oh no, I got well, Dagna 2. I got a red wing. That's silent.
Well, that part wasn't my fault anyway.
Seems like a bit of a send to me.
Well, there is a channel in Discord for you boys to discuss that. In the meantime, I think we better leave it from the commentary channel. But we have a queue of people waiting to speak to me in Bants. So if you apologise, I'm going to say thank you, Dad and Hugo, and hopefully you can sort out your differences on Discord.
Tipsy.
Yes.
I'm very disappointed that you didn't mention my name in the front runners in the AC League.
Alright, unlucky, bye bye. So, let's have Gloomy in here.
Yeah, but.
Listen, hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Icewind.
Hello, Icewind.
Hi.
So, Icewind, where did that pace come from in quality?
I think it was there actually all along, so this is one of my better tracks, to be honest, because I know the track. It's one of those tracks that I used to race on already like 20 years ago, or 15 years ago, whatever it is.
Yes, that's what I was saying to Bants during the qualifying, that there are some tracks people just know inside out. And I suggested that maybe Japan was a track for you, so I mean, you proved it with that fantastic quality time.
Yeah, I actually managed like 26.9 in one practice session, so it wasn't like a perfect lap, but yeah, I'm happy with that anyway. But I would like to start with a shout out to Satoshi first of all, because he won the championship and the race, and he had really good pace, and Wallow as well, I suppose, because I just couldn't match those guys today in the race pace.
Yeah, but P3 is a great result to get still in Suzuka. There was an awful lot of carnage in and around where you were. I wasn't sure if you noticed, but you managed to hold on to it and still secure P3. I think you should be very proud of you.
Yeah, I'm really happy with that. There was I think somebody else mentioned it at the interviews as well, that the start was a bit weird. Like the lights went. I think at least for some people behind me, they went out earlier because I thought I got a really good reaction and somebody was like instantly set by my side there. But I survived that, and then I want to apologize for the scare on second lap or third lap or whatever it was, where I kind of missed my braking spot to the hairpin and scared Satoshi and Keyboard Magnussen, but at least they didn't spin and I lost 2 positions there, so it was.
Yeah, there was
karma.
there was quite a lot of incidents in that race, so I mean it was very easy to do. There seemed to be an awful lot of not accidents, so to speak, but a lot of running off at 130R, people getting forced off track. But so you know, it is easy to do on that track. So I think you did well to keep the carnage, keep out of the way of the car.
Yeah, I think I had a really good setup for this race. I'm happy with this even if I don't think even if I'm like reaching here that I would have done everything perfectly, made a 1-star work or something. I don't think I could have matched those 2 guys up front. So I'm happy with this.
Yeah,
it was a really really tough race in the end. I knew I had to catch Motocrosser, then I caught another 3-second penalty myself, and I knew I had to drop him 6 seconds because I didn't know if he has the penalty or not. He apparently had 3 seconds, I think. So,
Yeah. That's what I was just about to say to you, man. That third place was pretty much the best you could have got because of your 6 seconds penalty. You couldn't have caught the other guys. So in your respects, you got the maximum out of your race, which is a great result.
Yeah, I'm really happy about it, and kind of my first proper race since my race in, was it Belgium, didn't go that well. I DNF'd on lap 2 or whatever.
It's easy to do there.
Yeah.
But are we going to see you in the SE League as well?
Sorry, what?
Are we going to see you in the Assetto Corsa League?
Yeah, sure, of course. I'm actually not sure when the next race is in that.
It's going to be a few weeks. Yeah, but that's probably something to clarify for the stream as well, is that we have the 6 hours of Le Mans this weekend. Probably won't stream that. But the week after that, we have the 24 hours of Le Mans iRacing, which we will attend in, I think, 2 separate endurance teams here on Tour Sorel. So we're probably going to stream that, I'm not sure. But yeah, those are basically on the time we would have the AC races, so we can't. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So it's going to be the week after that, probably. But we'll announce that once the time comes.
Yep, I'm definitely going to be there. So
awesome.
Yep.
Good job. Well, thanks very much, Icewind, for the interview and great result today, man. Hopefully, you can get another podium in Brazil.
Yep, we'll see how that goes. I don't know if I have that strong pace there, but we'll see.
Okay, man.
All right, see you, man.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our last viewee, Mr. Valo. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Pretty good, man. And how are you?
Fine.
You had a great race today, P2. How did that go for you?
It was good, but obviously I found one area in the east, so in the last 2 laps I was faster, and I think I was going to fight in the last lap to the first driver, but one IA fucked me totally. So, but anyway, first race here and P2, so I'm happy for that.
Yeah, I saw you racing yesterday in the practice session.
Yeah.
And I suggested to Ocean Chief that you should get a try in Tier 2, because I thought from what I saw yesterday you had good pace and very good racecraft, and so I'm happy that you raced today because you proved me correct. You definitely have a lot of pace. I think that if you continue to race in Tier 2, that you will probably have a good result or a good season next year.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. My objective is to continue the next year and to be a full driver and race for one. I don't know how to say
season.
No, I want to race to.
If you want, you can say it in Spanish, and Bants can translate.
Escudería.
Scuderia.
Yeah, Scuderia. Yeah, it's the same in English.
Okay. Obviously to fight for the championship.
Yes.
I wish to the next race, if I can race, obviously, because I am a reserve driver. I wish to fight for the win again.
Well, I think Wallow, with your performance in practice and your performance today, I think that you have given yourself a very good opportunity to get a full-time seat.
Yeah, I wish that. I'm going to be happy if this occurred. So, if this happens, sorry. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Anything you would like to add, Bants, to Wallow?
Not much. Yeah, I mean, except one thing, completely off topic, but you said your Spanish wasn't very good in chat and that you'd need translation, but your English is just fine, man. Don't worry about it.
I tried to speak in English.
Yeah,
I'm
no, you did
learning
good. Don't worry about it.
little. Okay.
Yeah, I can be a little bit difficult to understand, Wallow. So if you don't understand me, it's normal. Don't worry about it.
No, I understand you perfectly.
Good.
I can't, so that's one you have ahead of me. I don't know what Tipsy's saying half the time. No, okay, I'm joking.
I mean, I think Bilosh has a stronger accent than me.
I don't know.
But anyway, thank you, Wallow, for your interview, and congratulations on P2. I'm looking forward to seeing you race in Brazil next week.
Yeah. Thank you.
Good job, man.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. So, is that everyone, Bants?
I
we
believe
run
that
out of-
is everyone indeed. With
I
some
would like to
sort-
get Splashy on the chat, but he never comes on.
Yeah, he doesn't, unless he's there to draw melons with hairs and the
Yeah.
scribble sessions. But otherwise, no, not really. No, I call it.
I think we're gonna have to wrap it up then, Bants.
We are indeed gonna wrap it up, I reckon. And yeah, I think it was a great race today. A lot happened. So yeah, I think that's it for everyone. Any final words from you, Tipsy?
Just basically congratulations to Satoshi. I had an idea he was probably gonna win the title, judging by his previous performances. And just like the real life Formula 1 Suzuka, as I said in the intro, a lot of titles, 11 titles, have been decided in Japan, and here at SLR is no different. Our title has been decided by Satoshi. So the thing up next is Tier 1 race on Saturday. I'm not quite sure how close the battle is at the moment. I think it's Get Ohms leading there. I think Atrocity's catching him pretty well. So I'll be looking forward to watching that. But in terms of the race today, Bans, it was great to commentate with you, and it was great watching Satoshi. And I'm looking forward to ending the season in Brazil.
Indeed. Alright guys, see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye.